So she's tracking the market, top marks for that. All of a sudden, the unicorn comes up, right? The house that actually gives the accommodation for all three of them. $850,000 for a nice, small, but completely renovated house, level block, 600 square meters, garage already converted mostly to a granny flat. Mm-hmm. So totally, beside themselves, yeehaw. So we did everything in the wrong order. Called the new mortgage broker, and he said that they could buy it, but the repayments would be $690, I'm presuming, a month. Dad talked me out of it. They decided it was too much money, and in hindsight, we should have 100% bought that house. And this is an issue because a lot of people fear debt. We've talked about this before. They fear the debt. And also letting a dad talk her out of it. I mean, he's got some level of, maybe he's wanting to protect his daughter or whatever, but
and probably very well-meaning and highly caring in making that and fearful of them getting into a position of too much debt and a lot of discomfort.
Yeah, and so that I could only assume that was affordable, even though it seemed like a lot. They've proven that they're good savers. They do have unusual requirements and they don't come up very often. They know that. She calls it a unicorn. So there's lots of reasons why really they should have felt the fear and done it anyway, potentially, on this, but they didn't. She let her dad talk her out. Dad's not an expert in property.
I would hazard to say, Veronica, that they didn't feel that they were in control of the decision because they weren't well informed enough about how the whole process works. And because they didn't know the step-by-step in-order process, they hadn't probably stress tested themselves around if a property comes up, are we comfortable? Have we done our budgeting correctly? What will be the compromises? What won't be the compromises? So it's just like this thing that looks great has kind of come in front of them. They've gone, I don't know.
God. Yeah.
Instead of feeling the control that can come with knowledge.
Absolutely, and being prepared. And the problem is, of course, in hindsight, now they're like, oh, now the fear's subsided. They're able to see it a bit more clearer and they're like, oh, we should have done it. And the scary thing now is that, like, now what happens, not just with these guys, but with anyone who misses out on something they should have gone for, is that becomes then the benchmark.
Yes.
And everything looks really inferior when you compare it to it. So it sort of screws you up in a way.
It does.
The next one, even in
that
an
benchmark is high. When you miss out on something that you really wanted, the benchmark
and that you could have had.
High. Yeah.
That's if it sells for more than your budget, you can adjust to that because you go, you know what? Well, I couldn't have afforded it anyway. Of course, I loved it, right? But when it was within your reach, that's particularly painful to overcome.